Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Hearthstone Mercenaries Y'Shaarj event task guide, I'm going to take a look at task number 3, Beach Day. Complete Acolyte of N'Zoth bounty with 6 humans in Darkshore. So that means that your entire party has to be humans, because there's only 6 slots in the party. And that also means that there is no real budget way to do this. Because while there are 15 humans in the game, well, only 2 of those are rares, and those are actually the 3 mercenaries, Cornelius and Cariel, that you get right at the start when you start the game. And everything else is either legendary or epic, so you will need at least 4 legendary or epic mercenaries in order to complete this. Other than that, you have quite considerable leeway. Let me explain. At least at the moment, the way Acolyte of N'Zoth bound works is that first there's the Acolyte, you kill the Acolyte, then it will spawn 2 tentacles, you kill those tentacles, both of them will spawn 2 more tentacles, and those final 4 tentacles, they have an ability that if there's only 1 left, it gets a big buff. And right now that big buff just keeps resetting over and over, so you would have to one-shot the big tentacle. So you kind of have to kill multiple tentacles at once at the end of the fight. And for that you need some area of effect damage. And as it happens, there are 6 human mercenaries that you can use, and you would need 2 of these because none of them can do enough alone. I mean, technically it's possible to do it like over multiple turns, but because all of these AoE abilities have cooldowns, then that gets really awkward. So you would want 2 of these. There's Rathian, who can go into true form, and in true form Rathian has an AoE ability. Not a very recommendable option, but yeah, it does things. Then there's Leeroy, and Leeroy can use Leeroy Jenkins if you have it at least ability level 3, attack up to 4 different random enemies. If there's 4 tentacles, then Leeroy can be made to attack 4 tentacles. Unless you get a lot of good buffs though, Leeroy will not have enough attack to one-shot them alone, so then you would need something else. With really good human stat buffs though, Leeroy could do it, so you could get Chicken the turn before, and then you could Leeroy Jenkins and boom, that would do it. Then there's Belinda, and Belinda has Frostburn. Frostburn is AoE. And there's Antonidas. Antonidas has Flame Strike, AoE. Then there's Anduin. Anduin has Holy Nova, another AoE piece. And Natalie Celine with Anathema. And you might see where this is going. I mean, you can freely mix and match these into parties, but these logically go into Holy, Fire, and then a weird Leeroy party. So that's exactly the parties that I have for you here. First of all, we have the Holy Humans. Anduin with Harmonic Mallet, Cornelius with Shield of Dawn, Natalie Celine with Splinter of Nordrassil. The rest of the squad doesn't really even matter. I suppose you can just fill in any humans pretty much. These 3 can handle it all. Well, if you run into Doppelgangster on the way, then maybe you just die, but you know, mostly these 3 can handle it all. Then the same with Fire, and I have to say Fire comp is hilarious to climb with this kind of Fire comp, with Belinda Cornelius. Because when you position them like this, Belinda Cornelius, then that means that the Lesser Water Elemental is next to Cornelius. Cornelius keeps healing it every turn, so it just doesn't die very easily, and it can keep freezing stuff over and over again. So Belinda with Lesser Water Elemental, Cornelius with Shield of Dawn, Antonidas with Cindercore Staff. I guess Circle of Flame could also be used, it doesn't really matter that much. And again, the rest of the squad doesn't really matter that much. I mean, there are some fights where Varian, for example, is sweet, like if there's lots of enemies that all attack, then Varian with Retaliation is just really sweet there. But overall, the Fire team should be able to handle it. And I have sometimes talked about how melee is a lot more challenging than just doing spellcasting, and that really shows because I also put together this Leeroy comp. So Sky Admiral Rogers with Swashbuckling Sash, Cornelius with Shield of Dawn. Cornelius is just a superior tanking option for this bounty. Leeroy with even bigger sword. I have Cariel on the bench. I didn't actually use Cariel a single time, but I did use Varian, because Varian is pretty good when it comes to fighting in melee. And I occasionally even used Rathian for those tail swipes against blues. With this comp, if you meet those nasty green Nagas that cause 10 more damage to all enemies that have attacked, well then Varian is just really good with Retaliation into those. And Sky Admiral Rogers is very good into Battle Mages. So for some of those Battle Mage green encounters, I went with Rogers, Cornelius, Varian, for example. But the climb with this one is clearly a little bit more challenging than just chilling back with spellcasters and boom, having everything burn down. So this task is really challenging if you have a weak collection of mercenaries, because these humans are not easy to come by. But I have 3 very different comps here for you, and also instructions that I hope you will be able to make use of so that you can build a viable comp from whatever options you have available. This is what these 3 comps look like in action. Okay, Acolyte of N'Zoth with the holy humans. So no Velen, but we have Natalie Celine here. Filling in for Velen and... yeah. Natalie and Anduin. We should just be able to blast through this. Don't hold back that AoE for the time being. Must not use that ability. Well... I mean, we could also just attack. Pow pow. Just blasting. They're coming in again. Full damage from here. It's going to take 29 from this. We're going to attack. This will deal 29, it will be at 6. So it's just going to die. It's going to die when it attacks. I might as well light beam a little bit over there. So for next turn I have all the AoE available. Ow. 2 tentacles. Both of them as death rattle summon even more tentacles. Well, they're going to attack at 8 speed. So for the time being I'm just chilling here. Nothing but chilling. Yep. Just chilling. Let them kill themselves into Cornelius. And then we get the real tentacles. Which N'Zoth has died. This merc has plus 50 if it is the only tentacle of N'Zoth in play. They have 25 health. I have Holding Over dealing 15 damage. Then I have Anathema dealing 14 damage. And that will conclude the fight. With the double AoE. Boom. Very simple. Alright, Y'Shaarj event task number 3. Acolyte of N'Zoth with only humans. And this time it is the... fire humans that I'm using here. I'm going to start blasting at that one. Actually, I do need to use Hold the Front. No, I don't. Next turn I need to use Hold the Front. This turn doesn't do anything. Really, this is so hilarious. Belinda here and then Cornelius. So Cornelius can always heal the water elemental. Which means that the water elemental can then always keep stuff frozen. It's just hilarious stuff. But now, of course, taking 8 damage from there means that I'm not actually going to use the water elemental this turn. I can't freeze that in time anyway, but as soon as they think about attacking, the water elemental is going to go in. Reduce the attack of all enemies by 11 this turn. Okay, that's not very important. Can't stop that one either. I will keep healing it up for now. 15, 19. I'm actually going to do Martial Mastery hit over there. But that's not 11 because, yeah. I didn't need 11. Don't know how I calculated that. Oh, I forgot the frost weakness, fire weakness. And then these two, that's summon more. So I want these ones dead right now. And then I want to AoE the following turn. So this turn 15 damage plus 10 damage plus 17 damage plus 19 damage. Yes, this works. So that one died. Don't need the elemental anymore. That one died. We get the board of tentacles. And the tentacles are 7 speed, so I will act first. I will go in with burn. And I will go in with flame strike. And that's all it takes. Burn and flame strike. Pow. Dead. So that was the fire humans. Alright, Y'Shaarj event task number 3. Normal Acolyte of N'Zoth with only humans, and this time with Leeroy Jenkins. Let's Leeroy. Let's see what happens. We really go in with the Leeroy here. How? How? You must use a different ability. But you won't. You're about to take 25 damage. I guess 25 damage isn't that much though. You probably don't care. I will take 15 if I use this ability, but I also don't care. Time to become a dragon with Rathian. Because I will need the AoE ability. So this is as good of a time as any. Get that ability ready. Alright, these tentacles are here. So let's kill these tentacles. Okay, so we're doing a wild swing here. Killing random enemy with that. And then we're using these two to kill the other. Actually, I will need to use the attack, otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah, so we do this. There goes one of the tentacles. There goes the other tentacle. Which means that there's only these 4 remaining. They're just going to keep shooting. They will not attack. Which means that now I can do get chicken. Become immune for next turn. And I can now use a Blessing of Sacrifice here to ensure that Leeroy will not die. I can also do a Fell Rain this turn. So I can start to get the health a little bit lower. Now, Leeroy cannot die this turn. The Blessing, there's just not enough damage coming in. If Cornelius dies, that does not matter. As long as Leeroy doesn't die. They don't have the damage output. Cornelius is pretty good at tanking this. Then we get a bit of random damage in. Or AoE damage. They'll go down to just 10 health. Now that they're down to 10 health, we can Leeroy Jenkins. As long as the ability is level 3, so it attacks 4 targets, then it's all good. Because I used Get Chicken, Leeroy is immune, which means that Leeroy is able to finish them all off. Wow. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.